Greetings and welcome to your Oracle message for the day. I am Kat Morgan and I welcome you to this video, to this channel, and to this space. This is a collective reading and it is timeless, so whenever and however you come across this video, it's the right time for you to be getting this message. And we've been going through our mega deck. The details are down in the description below if you want to see how that was built. Today's card is pulled from the Woodland Wardens Oracle deck by Jessica Roux. And today's card is card number 27, the Fox and Ivy representing adaptability. And before we go through the reading in the book, and these are very short, by the way, so this is going to be a very short video. And I'm sure you guys probably won't mind that very much. I'll try not to go on and on with it, but there's a lot of things that we can unpack with this card. Let's talk about the number. First of all, Roman numerals are always a little challenging for us that are working with Arabic numbers nowadays, but this is card number 27, which reduces down to a 9. 9 is the most perfect of the perfected Tesla numbers. It was 111 on the clock as I was just doing that at the timer, so that was kind of funny. I try not to look at the timer very much because I don't really want to be paying attention to how long I'm talking. I want to be paying attention to the information that I'm getting. So I don't look at that very often, but maybe I should. Anyways, so 2 plus 7 reduces down to a 9, and 9 is the most perfect of the perfected Tesla 369 numbers. So we've got that going. We've got Fox and Ivy, and let's talk a little bit about Ivy. Ivy and Fox, really. We can, as humans, have sort of a love-hate relationship with these guys. For gardeners, Ivy can be either a lifesaver or the bane of your existence. You know, it's a parasitic plant. It will attach itself to anything it can, and it'll choke out trees and bushes and stuff like that. So all things in their respective places. It's an excellent ground cover, and excellent also for maintaining water courses, for maintaining stability of soil and that kind of thing. So excellent plant. It represents fertility, fidelity, and vitality both. Maybe that's a new word. Maybe we just made that up. Fidelity, because it won't let go of something. Once it's got a hold of it, you know, you have to like yank it off, and it literally roots itself to whatever it is attaching itself to. It also represents eternal life because it's evergreen. It keeps coming back after the winters, after the snows. Once everything all melts off, there's the ivy right there. It's like it didn't even touch it. It didn't even phase it. It's a very resilient plant. In ancient Egypt, ivy was dedicated to, ready for this? Osiris, who represented immortality. So even back in Egypt, isn't that interesting? I never would have thought Abby is back to playing again with her toy. If you hear her yowling and scrabbling around, that's what she's doing. Anyways, I can't imagine Egypt dealing with ivy. It just doesn't seem to fit in my idea of Egypt and the pyramids and the pharaohs and ivy. But evidently that is the truth, that they were familiar with this plant. They respected and honored it and dedicated it to Osiris. So Osiris coming in, crazy enough, on this card. Isn't that interesting? Foxes, they can be, you know, tricky like a fox. They are known for being kind of tricky, having a little bit of tricky energy. But foxes also are considered good luck and a sign of intelligence. They're smart. They're resilient. They will find different ways to get out of things. They're very, very, very smart. They represent prosperity and intelligence in many cultures. Many cultures revere foxes. They are fearless and can handle any situation in any environment. Doesn't that sound like something we need a little bit of? And so we've got adaptability for our keyword with the card. But when I think of foxes, I don't think of them as the predator necessarily, but obviously they have to be. And obviously they're going after the cute little fuzzy animals that we kind of get attached to, like squirrels and chipmunks and stuff. So it's a little difficult sometimes for us to separate that predator idea from the rest of the being, and we need to do that because Fox has a lot to talk to us about, to teach us about adaptability, about resilience. Things will change in our external environments. And we've talked about this a lot on this channel. To not be caught up in our circumstances, to not let what is happening outside of us dictate what's happening inside of us. We are the only ones that can change how we feel, how we are thinking about something. We all go through different things in our lives on a daily basis, sometimes more frequent than that. Sometimes it's not that frequent. It just depends. Honestly, if you are pushing your limits, if you are testing the waters in various things, if you are being brave, being bold, as we've been talking about a lot on this channel recently, we've been getting a lot of cards that we're talking about. It's the green light go. It's the green light go. And then, we have adaptability. So as we are going along, we've got an idea of what we are expecting to have happen in any kind of situation, But things may change. You walk into the bank thinking, you're just going to walk up to the counter and do your transaction. You walk in and find there's like a line of 20 people. They've had 2 people out sick and their computers are down. It happens, right? And so you're thinking, now what do? You have to be adaptable, like the fox. You have to be flexible, like the ivy, and be resilient and be willing to look for options. What are your options in that, space? Can you just pop around to the little ATM outside? Can you pop across the street to another bank that isn't your bank and put up with the $3.50 surcharge or whatever? There's always going to be options. The problem is when we get caught up in this anger mode. Things are not going the way we want them to go. Angry, frustrated, irritated, annoyed, whatever. Those are actually, because it increases your blood pressure, it's like moving blood and oxygen around in your brain out of the areas that are expanded consciousness, out of the areas of creativity, and into that survival brain, the lizard brain down in the core, down towards where your spinal cord and your base of your brain meet, right in there. Okay? And you can feel it. Your shoulders get tense, your neck gets tense. There's a big ball of rock back there behind your head. That's exactly what's going on. You need to release that. And how do you do that? You are standing there looking at these people, hearing this information. What do you do? The first thing that you can do is you can decide, all right, I'm not going to be mad about this. This is not my fault. It's not their fault. It's, stuff happens. This is life. So, a little sense of humor. Oh gosh, well, so much for technology. Here we go. Let's look for the options. And as soon as you do that, as soon as your brain switches from frustration to opportunity, from obstacle to opportunity, let's say it, okay? Don't be hung up on what's going wrong. Be looking for what's going right. And if it's not going right in that situation, there is an option. There's always an option. You can turn around and walk away from just about everything, including jobs, including marriages. I am not promoting or advising you to do anything like that. But what I'm telling you is there's always a door, always a window, a escape hatch somewhere. You need to be looking for it, and you need to be welcoming that information, welcoming that wisdom, that knowledge. You are asking, what am I supposed to do now? I'm up against a wall. I'm in a corner. What do I do? Well, be like the fox, be adaptable, be looking for, can you go backward? Sometimes we have to go backward to go forward, right? Sometimes we have to be a little like the ivy and be tenacious and unrelenting in our pursuit of whatever it is that we are pursuing. So it's all things in moderation. I just want to say that, okay? You don't have to try to have this amazing, good, emotional energy 24/7. It's exhausting. It's physically exhausting. You are simply encouraged and instructed, directed to be mindful of however you're thinking and feeling. And if you're thinking and feeling angry or frustrated or whatever, acknowledge that, admit it. I am feeling this way. And here's a trick that I have found that works really well for me, and hopefully it'll work really well for you as well. Instead of saying, I am angry, we know how much the power of I am is. So instead of saying, I am angry, I am frustrated, I am annoyed, I am confused, we want to step that back into the third person and say, I am feeling angry, I am feeling confused, I am feeling sad, I am feeling. And remove yourself from the experience, remove your mind, your consciousness from that actual emotion. Put it in a different place than where you are. Now look at it and identify where it's coming from. As soon as you do that, you're going to notice that it changes. It's impossible. Try this. Just try this. Try to pick out anything in front of you. Doesn't matter what it is. Does not matter. A pen, a light bulb, something on the screen in front of you. You can look at one of the little leaves on this card, for example, on one of the little ivy leaves. Just stare at it for a few minutes. Try not to blink, and you'll notice your eyes skitter away from it. They're looking for other things. It's really difficult to focus on one single thing. Nevertheless, when you do that to your emotions, when you sit there and say, I am feeling whatever it is, you're making your attention focus on it, and it's impossible. It'll skitter away from it. It's impossible to stay angry if you are paying attention to the anger and not just sitting there in the emotion going grr, 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 grr. You can do that, but it's not going to get you very far. You need to step out of that place of that heavier, not desirable emotion into that place where you are feeling in control. And the only way you can do that is by knowing that you're in control of your emotions and what you're thinking. And I said this wasn't going to go on very long, but this is what happens. Source, spirit, universe, God, these things come through, and whoever this is for, it's okay. Whatever it is that you're going through, it's okay. It's going to be okay. You've always gotten through stuff, and you're going to get through this too. You want to be adaptable, like the fox. You want to be resilient, like the ivy. Okay? Let's take a look in the book and find out what we have in the book for us for today. This is card 27, the fox and ivy, meaning adaptability. Foxes are cunning, quick thinking, and clever. When paired with ivy, a hardy plant that flourishes even in harsh environments. The fox reminds us to apply our cleverness toward adaptability. Allow the fox's ingenuity to guide you. Nimbleness and adaptability will suit you well in your endeavors. So in anything that you do, in everything that you do, don't get locked into the result. You can have that as a target, but don't have it be an all or nothing either or. Because sometimes the universe has more plus, better. So, don't get locked into a result necessarily. You can have the target, but be flexible, be adaptable. There may be something even better coming down the pike for you. We have two questions here. Do I feel stuck? Do I feel stuck? Ask yourself, do I feel stuck? Am I feeling like I'm in a corner, I'm up against the wall, I'm not getting anywhere, I'm not going anywhere with this? How can I adapt to changes in my life? Like I said, we all know, they're there. You may have low gas in your car and realize that instead of running to work, you're running to the gas station. You got to be adaptable. That's when as the pump is filling, you're texting your boss, sorry, I'm going to be just a couple minutes late getting gas, on my way, and just that. Be straight up, be honest, always be standing in your integrity, and things are going to go okay. They'll be okay. You'll get through this. You'll get through it just like you got through everything else. So be resilient, be flexible, be adaptable, and you will get this. So that's our reading for the day. I'm going to stop with the yammering now and let you guys get back to doing other stuff. But I'm so glad that you were here. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey. If you haven't already liked and subscribed to the channel and our video, I invite you to do that. I don't get any money from these videos. This will never be a monetized channel. But it does help the YouTube algorithm, and we know how much the algorithm needs help on YouTube. It does help other people find these videos and find the channel. So if you want to do that, that's great. If you want to leave any comments, please feel free to do that. I'm always loving all of your comments. They mean so much to me, gives me ideas for other things to be doing with the readings as well. So don't stop being you. Okay, whatever's going on, be adaptable. Like the fox, be looking for alternatives. It's not an obstacle, it's an opportunity. Alrighty? I love you. If you haven't heard that recently, you can't say that anymore because I just said it to you. I love you. You are amazing. You are strong and you're flexible and you're adaptable and you're resilient and you're tenacious. You got this. Alrighty. Love you lots. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Namaste and ciao for now.